One of the beauties of the Ayam method is that the moment you learn it, you can apply it to every area of your life. In fact, I always say, if you want to see the true power of a system, you have to test it for two hypotheses. First hypothesis is it should be simple to understand and easy to learn. Meaning thereby, if you can understand it easily and you can learn to practice it easily, therefore you can get to develop skill. If something is too complex, takes too much effort, or as in Buddhism we say, too much trying, then that perhaps is not as powerful an exercise because most people will not be able to follow through. The second hypothesis of power is that you should be able to extend this into every area of your life. So let me share with you a couple of practices that are part of the IAM method, which you can apply to literally every area of your life, to your family, to your workplace. This practice is one of my favorites. This is what we call about mindfully responding versus reacting. Typically in our life, we operate in a state of action-reaction. Somebody says something to us and we immediately say something back or react to it. React could be emotionally, mentally, or verbally, either way, without taking a moment to consider, is this reaction necessary? Is this going to make things better? Is this going to forward the conversation I am having? Is this in my long-term interest? Most of the times, this action-reaction loop is so short that we don't even have control over it. It's almost automatic. In most cases, if you're able to take a pause and a couple of breaths and choose mindfully, what's the response that you want to provide and where will you be standing in? Will you respond with curiosity and ask for a clarification? Will you respond with compassion and acknowledge a person's point of view even though you may not agree? Will you respond with calm, allowing for the heat of the moment to dissipate? Will you respond with inquiry to create more awareness about this particular issue? So IAM practices give you that control and agency back in your response. So when the world comes at you, a difficult situation comes at you at point blank range, you are not stuck in this animalistic reaction of act-react. You have the ability to say, I am feeling a little bit perturbed by what has been said to me. And it gives you the opportunity to choose how I am going to respond to this in the moment. Or what I said was not clear. I'm jumping to a judgment that the person is not giving me full information. It gives you a moment of pause to ask yourself, what might be the right question for me to ask? So mindfully responding versus reacting will allow you so much more harmony as a practice in your family and in your relationships, as well as at workplace, that you cannot imagine. Most of the conflict in the workplace arises from two people playing an instrument from two different songbooks, literally. So the communication is not happening. So mindful responding is about receiving what has been said, taking a moment to notice what's the reaction within you that is arising based on what is said, allowing yourself a moment of peace to choose, am I reacting for my reaction or am I committed to moving forward and creating more clarity in this communication? This is a practice that you will develop tremendous muscle on in the IAM method, and it will make you so much more effective, unshakable, more calm in moments of adversity. Another IAM practice that I found super useful, especially in the workplace, is called mindful pause. Most of the time in our life, we go from one act to the other act to the other. How many of you had that experience from meeting to meeting to meeting without taking a moment to recognize how you are becoming progressively tired after one meeting to the other? How the emotions that came out in the previous meeting, you are carrying forward into the next meeting. The stress of traffic that you had arriving in the office, how this is affecting your conversations with your colleague. How the phone call that you had 1 hour ago is still playing in your mind as you're being present in that moment. So mindful pause allows you to take a moment literally to check what the weather is like inside you, to get in touch with that, to let go of something that you need to let go to move forward, to once again find your center and your best version as you bring it forth. And the wonderful thing is, mindful pause is a 1 minute to a 3 minute practice. Within 1 to 3 minutes, you can completely reset yourself out from a stressed, anxious, worried, or reactivated state and be able to bring that peace and tranquil calm in which lies harmony, productivity, and peace of mind. These are examples of two simple practices that are taught to you in the Ayam method that will enable you to not only be more efficient and productive in the workplace, but enjoy a greater state of intimacy and harmony in your relationships, in your personal life too. So I invite you to try these practices using our app or one of our live programs, and I look forward to hearing from you how they are playing out for you.